Hey guys, it's Shannon with Our Piece of Earth. I'm back to share a couple more books with you today. If you have learned anything about my family and my kids, you will know that somebody is always baking something. They will cook meals, but mostly they love to bake. Right now, my 9-year-old is baking some chocolate chip cookies that are pretty fresh out of the oven and could potentially burn my body. Um, He's going to put them back. I appreciate that. So the first book I'm going to share with you today is Green Kids Cook. Simple, delicious recipes and top tips that are good for you and good for the planet. So here's our table of contents here. Breakfast and brunch, snacks, soups and salads, mains, sweet things. So it talks a little bit in the beginning about safety and about tidying up. So here's one of the recipes that we're going to try, homemade granola. So these recipes are all just, this book is a sequel to Cool Kids Cook, and it emphasizes how to teach children to cook in the most environmentally sound and sustainable ways. There's over 50 recipes. So your kids are going to have a lot of fun learning to eat healthier while they're baking and cooking delicious things. So here's a Halloween hummus recipe, which would be fun to try. We should try that, Charlie.
Yeah.
Halloween hummus. That sounds fun. That's just one of the recipes. Let's see here. A chop salad. I'll just pick one more page here. A tomato sauce. So this is a great book that we haven't really used much yet, but we have a big collection of kids' cookbooks. So Green Kids Cook. The next one I'm going to share with you, that one's geared towards ages 7 to 14. This next book here, this book is not a bedtime story, and this is geared towards kids ages 3 to 6. This book is not a bedtime story. It is scary, strange, and rather gory. Bedtime stories make you sleepy. This book won't. It's much too creepy. So this is just a silly little story that my younger son has enjoyed reading. How creepy are we talking? I'm not sure I like scary stories. So these are just some silly books. And then at the end, snore, snore, snore. This book is not a bedtime story, and we really do read it for a bedtime story. This next book I think is super cool, and I have actually spent a lot of time reading. It's called Protest, and it's a book about how people have come together to change the world. So this is geared towards ages 8 and up. If you homeschool, this would be a great book to have. We are learning about China right now in geography. And so I picked the protests that have happened in China, and we read about those in our lesson. But I'm going to show you the table of contents, and the way that it's laid out is fantastic. So if you're learning about certain things like the ancient world or medieval troublemakers, rights for women, acting up and speaking out, civil rights, freedom, power, people power revolutions, global uprising, new grassroots. So those are just some of the contents, and then it tells you what pages they're on. So I'm just going to flip through here and pick any old one. Catch the King, the French Revolution, France. So it tells you when it happened, where it happened, and then usually 3 to 4 pages about what happened with some illustrations. I'll find another one here just randomly. Pots and pans. So this took place in Chile. So they're all just cool, but then if you look at the beginning of a section like food, and it will tell you a few different examples. C is for confrontation, civil rights movement. So this is Protest, and you guys, I cannot say enough things about how much I absolutely love this book. I think as an adult, you can enjoy this book just as much as kids, and this is another one I like where it tells you a little about the thing, and your kids, at least my kids, I don't know, everyone teaches different, but they have the freedom and the ability to just say, hey, I really want to know more about that. And then they dig into that a little more, and see what else they can find out or what else they think is interesting. They like learning about the people who made a difference. And it's cool for them to see the different ways that these people go and made history by making a difference, not always in crazy loud ways. One we read about today was they simply sat there and they smiled, and they were always super nice to the soldiers who tried to get them to move. So lots of different examples. Protest. Go buy this book, you guys. Everyone should have this book, especially with the way the world is right now. This is amazing. Okay, and the last book I'm going to share with you today is a super silly book. This is towards the younger crowd, so ages 1 to 4. So we're actually going to gift this one out. But where's Brian's bottom? Okay. So you read the story here. Have you seen Brian's bottom? He can't seem to find it anywhere. So Brian is the dog. Bloop, there's his head, right? You're going to flip through, and he's still looking for his bottom. Bloop. And so this is the front, and it's just a little fold-out book, but he's got to go all the way to the back to find his bottom, and he finds it. So this is a silly book, you guys, but this would be a great gift for a baby who's learning to or like babies who aren't mobile yet and they're stuck on their bellies. This is great for tummy time, where it's something for them to see and look at, or even if they're crawling or learning to just flip through pages and pull it out. It's a hard book. So they're not likely, I mean, I guess if they're really strong, they could probably rip these pages, but this is a really durable book. So where's Brian's bottom? So those are the books today that I have to share with you. They're fantastic though, you guys, but go check out the protest book and say hi to Henry. All right, I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.